Hi, let us welcome a new member in our family, and that new member is electric field. So पहले मैं आपसे न्यू मेंबर की इंट्रोडक्शन कराएंगे. सो व्हाट इज एन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, क्योंकि आपको बहुत लंबे समय तक इससे डील करना है. सो व्हाट इज इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड? सो इट इज इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज नथिंग but a region in which effect of electric charge is prevailing. Prevailing means existing. So I can consider that suppose I am having a plus q charge here, then इसकी इफेक्ट अराउंड द चार्ज काफी लंबे रीजन में इसकी इफेक्ट रहेगी. सो द रीजन इन विच, जो भी रीजन में इसकी इफेक्ट रहती है, इस रीजन को क्या बोलते हैं? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. सो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज एक्चुअली अ रीजन. ओके, मगर हमें उस रीजन के ज्यादा मतलब नहीं है. हमें इससे मतलब है जो इफेक्ट है वो कितनी पावरफुल है. ओके, सो इफेक्ट कितनी पावरफुल है ये हम मेजर करते हैं इसकी इंटेंसिटी से और इसकी स्ट्रेंथ से. सो व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस? व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट? इंटेंसिटी और आई कैन से स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. तो हमें किससे मतलब है? उसकी स्ट्रेंथ से. तो we have to deal with this strength. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं फिजिक्स में? हम लोग जैसे वर्ड बोलते हैं इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, बट whenever you come across the word electric field you have to keep in your mind that it is not the pure electric field, not the region, but it is the strength of electric field. Be careful, okay? So it is the strength of electric field that we have to deal with. So is important. Okay. Now, how can we measure this strength? Okay. So, suppose once again I am considering here is my charge plus q. It is creating a region. That region is known as electric field. I want to measure the strength of this electric field. To measure the strength, I am keeping one more charge here, that is q0. Okay. So this q0 is used to test, that means to measure the strength of this field. That's why this q0 is known as test charge. The charge which is used to test the strength. That's why it is known as test charge. And this q is producing the electric field. That's why it is known as source charge. So source charge is the charge which produces the electric field. Test charge is the charge which is used to measure the strength of the field. That's why it is known as test charge. Okay. Now for test charge you have to keep in mind that test charge should be very small. Why? Because if it is not very small, due to its force, this original position of q may change. You can you can understand this thing properly. So q और q दोनों के बीच में फोर्स तो होने वाला है. Okay. What will be the magnitude of force? q into q0 upon r square. If q0 is larger, the force will be larger. As the force will larger, so this q will experience large force. If it will experience large force, due to, suppose it is also positive, so due to large repulsive force, this may move towards left hand side, or if it is negative, due to large attractive force, it will move in this direction. Okay, so if test charge is larger, force will be greater. Force is greater, its location, original location may change. We don't want this thing. That's why this test charge should be as small as possible. ideally we can say that Q0 tends to 0. Okay, so what we can consider that this charge, my original charge Q0 is not producing any electric field, okay, because it is very small. It is, keep in mind, it is producing the electric field, but that field is very weak, so that we can neglect it, okay. So now you are clear regarding source charge, test charge. Once again, what is source charge? It is the charge which produces the field. Test charge, it is the charge which is used to measure the strength of the field. Okay. Now हम कैसे इसकी strength measure करेंगे? तो इसके लिए the force experienced by this test charge. Okay. So force experienced by unit positive test charge is nothing but intensity of the electric field. So electric field is defined as, keep in mind I am writing electric field, but actually it is intensity of the electric field. So electric field, its symbol is capital E. It is equal to F upon Q0. Ratio of force to the magnitude of test charge gives you intensity of electric field. Okay. Now, which force here we have to use? We have to consider the Coulombian force. Coulombian force acting between these two. Okay. So it will be, can you recall the formula for Coulombian force? Yes, it is K Q1 Q2 upon R square. K, Q1 is the charge which produces, first charge. This is second charge upon R square, where R is the separation between two charges, and this Q0 as it is, this will get cancelled. So it will be KQ by R square. So this is the formula for electric field due to a point charge. This is my point charge. Okay. Now say this E is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity. Here force is a vector quantity. So how can we define the direction? So direction of electric field is the same as the direction in which the charge experiences the force. Okay. So keep in mind, direction of electric field is same as direction in which the charge experiences the force. Direction of E is same as the direction of force experienced by a unit positive charge. So now let us try to understand. Suppose I am having here plus Q charge. Okay. If my plus Q charge is here and I have kept plus Q0 here, unit positive. Okay. So this is my positive charge. Okay. So what will happen? This positive charge will experience the force in which direction? Due to repulsion, it will experience force in opposite. So this is the direction of force. If I keep plus Q0 here, it will experience force in this direction. If my charge is here, force in this direction, force in this direction. Okay, so what we can say, direction of force due to positive charge is away from the charge. Okay, so we can say that it is radially outward. For positive charge, direction of force is radially outward. Direction of force is radially outward means direction of electric field is also radially outward, because direction of electric field is same as direction of force. So here I can say radially outward. Okay. Now instead of positive charge, suppose I am having minus Q charge. Okay, and my test charge is always positive. So if I am having plus Q0 charge there will be force of negative, positive. There will be force of attraction. So it will experience force in this direction. Similarly, here I am having plus Q0 charge, then it will experience force in this direction. So in this way, if my charge is negative, direction of force will be radially inward. So I can say that direction of electric field is radially inward. So I have explained this thing, but now you have to remember that if I am having positive charge, direction of electric field is away from the charge. If it is negative charge, it is the towards the charge. Okay? So I can say that direction of electric field away from positive towards the negative. So I can say that direction of electric field away from positive charge and it is towards the negative charge. ये बहुत अच्छी तरह से याद रखना है. Direction of electric field away from positive towards the negative. Once again, direction of electric field away from positive towards the negative. Okay? Now, क्या क्या हमने सीख लिया? Definition क्या है? उसकी strength कैसे measure करते हैं? What will be the direction? Now we have to find its unit. For that, once again we will use the formula E is equals to F by Q0. What is unit of force? Okay, unit of force is Newton. So unit of E equal to, unit of E equal to unit of F divided by unit of Q0. Unit of force. Force is measured in Newton. I am writing SI unit. Okay. Unit of charge, Coulomb. So 1 unit is Newton per Coulomb. Okay. You also know that Newton can be written as Joule per meter. So this is Joule per meter. This Coulomb as it is. So Newton per Coulomb or Joule per meter per Coulomb, and we have to use one more unit, but that we will discuss in second chapter. Okay, right now you have to remember this Newton per Coulomb or Joule per meter per Coulomb. Okay, from this you can write the dimensional formula. Dimensional formula for E equal to dimensional formula for force. What is it? M1 L1 T minus 2 divided by charge. Charge dimensional formula A1 T1. So it is A1 T1. Then it gives me M1 L1 T minus 3 A minus 1. This is dimensional formula for electric field. Okay, everything is clear. So this is the basic introduction regarding the electric field. Let us recall all these things. इसमें से कुछ भी भूलना नहीं है. Okay, नया मेंबर कौन है हमारा? इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. What is symbol? E. Actually, what is it? It is the region around the charge in which effect of charge is prevailing. हमारे मतलब कि कौन सी चीज है? उसकी स्ट्रेंथ. कैसे मेजर करते हैं? फोर्स एक्सपीरियंस बाय यूनिट पॉजिटिव चार्ज, और आई कैन से दैट रेशियो ऑफ फोर्स टू द चार्ज. Q0 क्या है? टेस्ट चार्ज. टेस्ट चार्ज माने द चार्ज विच इज यूज्ड टू मेजर द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द फील्ड. अदर एक और चार्ज है, वो कौन सा? सोर्स चार्ज. व्हाट इज सोर्स चार्ज? इट इज द चार्ज विच जनरेट द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. दैट इज द सोर्स चार्ज. ओके, ये हो गया. E is equals to F by Q0. Okay. Now E is a vector quantity. How can we determine the direction? Direction of E is same as direction in which positive charge experience the force. So we can say that if it is positive charge, direction is away. If it is negative charge, direction is towards. Away from positive towards the negative. Unit Newton per Coulomb or Joule per meter per Coulomb, and you can derive the dimension formula. Okay, so we have discussed all these things regarding electric field. Now we have to discuss the significance of electric field, why it is important, what we can get from electric field. So these are the physical significance of electric field. Okay, number one, electric field is a characteristic of charge or system of charges and is independent of test charge. Let us try to understand this. Okay, here I am having plus 5 coulomb charge and here I am having 1 coulomb charge. Okay, we have just discussed that electric field, rather intensity of electric field is nothing but F upon Q0. So magnitude of force depends on product of the charges. So if this charge is greater, electric field will be stronger. So electric field is a characteristic of charge. So as charge changes, the electric field will change. Second thing, it will also depend on the medium in which charge is kept. It will also depend on position of the point under consideration. So it is the characteristic of charge. Second thing, it is independent of test charge. So here we had just earlier discussed that this F is K Q0 cube upon R square divided by Q0. So Q0 gets cancelled. It becomes KQ upon R square. So we can see here that electric field is independent of test charge. It only depends on source charge. Okay. Second point, it may vary from point to point. Okay. So here once again this E is KQ upon R square. That means as this R changes, intensity of electric field changes. As R increases, intensity of electric field decreases. It is similar to, you can compare it with fireplace. Okay, fireplace is the source. As you move away from the fireplace, you will experience less heat. As you are nearer, you will experience more heat. So as the point is away from the source charge, electric field is weaker. As you are nearer to the source charge, electric field is stronger. That means it may vary from point to point. Okay, here keep in mind this, it may vary. Okay, when we will discuss electric field due to infinitely large plate, then you will able to understand this thing. Okay, in that case, electric field does not change with the location. So, but you have to study this thing afterwards. Right now, don't worry. Right now, you have to remember that it may vary. Okay. Then, electric field at any point tells us the amount of force experienced by unit positive charge at that point. This is from the definition of electric field. Definition of electric field says that it is the intensity of the, rather, force experienced by unit positive charge. So at some point, suppose you say that intensity of electric field at point is 10 Newton per Coulomb. What does it mean? At that location, if I keep a 1 Coulomb charge, it will experience 10 Newton force. Okay? So if you have value of E, you can find the force experienced by unit positive charge. So electric field at any point tells us the amount of force. जितना न्यूटन पर कूलम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होगा उतना न्यूटन फोर्स 1 कूलम चार्ज पर exert होगा. Okay, so from value of electric field you can get the value of force acting on unit positive charge. Next one, from electric field one can also find the force experienced by a charged particle at that point. Okay, once again I am taking the same example. Suppose at given location 10 Newton per Coulomb electric field is there. Okay. Now at that point where the electric field is this one. If I keep a charge Q equal to 5 coulomb, then I can calculate the force acting on it. How can I calculate? Because we know that E is equals to F by Q instead of Q0. So from this I can say that F equal to Q into E. So product of magnitude of charge and electric field gives us the force. So Q is 5 coulomb. At that place electric field is 10 Newton. So I can say that this is, electric field is 10 Newton per coulomb. So it is 50 Newton force. So at this location, if I place 5 coulomb charge, then that 5 coulomb charge will experience 50 Newton force. So are you able to understand? From electric field, one can also calculate the force acting on given charge. Okay, here it is not compulsory that my charge is unit 1. For any charge, I can calculate the force. So even though I don't know the source charge कहाँ है, कितना है, वो भी पता नहीं है, but सिर्फ मुझे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की स्ट्रेंथ मालूम है, then I can calculate the force. Okay, so in this way we can understand how the force is exerted, because in Coulomb's law we studied that force is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. So if I want to find force with help of Coulomb's law, I must have value of Q1 and Q2 both. Here, using this formula, I can find the value of force only if I know the value of one charge and value of electric field. Okay, this is the charge which experiences the force. Electric field is the field which is produced due to the source. Got it? Now, electric field due to a point charge. For that, what I am considering? See, this is my Cartesian coordinate system. I am considering that my source charge Q is placed at the origin. Okay, capital Q is the source charge, and I want to find the electric field at point P, whose position vector is vector R with respect to origin. Okay, जहाँ भी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फाइंड करना है वहाँ हमें टेस्ट चार्ज रखना पड़ेगा. So हमें इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फाइंड करना है पॉइंट P पर. So we have to put our test charge at point P. Okay. Now here is charge Q, here is charge Q0. Position vector is R. Means the separation between capital Q and Q0 is R. So I can find the force acting on this charge. So I can say that Coulombian force between capital Q and Q0 is, I can say this force equal to Coulomb's law K Q1 Q2. Q1 is capital Q, Q2 is Q0 upon separation between these two, that is R. So this is magnitude of the force. Now direction. What will be direction of this force? Here no sign is given. When no sign is given, you have to consider that they are positive. When it is negative, they will specify the sign. So here both the charges are positive. So there will be force of repulsion. So capital Q small q0 को push करेगा. So it will be in this direction. So it is in the direction of vector R. So I can say it is in the direction of R cap. This is vector R. Okay. So to mention the direction, I will put R cap. So vector F is equal to K Q Q0 upon R square into R cap. Now according to definition of electric field, so according to definition, I can say that electric field E is equals to F by Q0. So let us put the value, that is K Q Q0 upon R square Q0. I have to mention direction of this one, that is R cap. Q0 get cancelled. So I am left with K Q by R square into R cap. this is electric field due to a point charge. Electric field due to a point charge is kq by r square and direction is according to r cap. So magnitude of this field, magnitude of field, that means electric field, is E equal to kq by r square. You have to remember this formula. Electric field due to point charge is kq by r square. Okay, so your question will be derive the formula for electric field due to point charge. So you can consider like this. What we have to do? Let us recall. First point, source charge capital Q, it is kept at the origin. We want to find electric field at location point P whose position vector is vector R. So at point P we have to place charge Q naught. What is Q naught? Q naught is our test charge. So very first thing we have to find the Coulombian force acting between these two. For that we have to use Coulomb's law. Q naught upon R square. Direction will be R cap, that is direction of vector R. Once you have force, then you have to use definition, that is E is equals to F by Q naught. Put the value of F, then Q naught get cancelled. We are left with KQ upon R square. Direction will be R cap. So now you can see direction of vector E and direction of vector F, they are same. Have you noticed this? So we have discussed this thing, that direction of electric field is same as that direction of force. Here it is the proof. Both are in the same direction. From this, what will be magnitude? This is the magnitude, that is kq by r square. Okay. Now, what is k? K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. From this, you can understand that value of electric field depends on medium also. Okay, can you notice this thing? Because if the charge is kept in some another medium, instead of epsilon naught we have to put epsilon. Value of epsilon will depend or vary from medium to medium. So as medium changes, value of E also changes. So from this formula we can say that magnitude of electric field depends on which factors? Number one, it depends on source charge, magnitude of the source charge. It depends on R. So directly proportional to Q, inversely proportional to R square. So I can say that E is directly proportional to Q. E proportional to 1 upon R square. And E proportional to 1 upon epsilon also. Okay, so it depends on source charge, it depends on distance, and it depends on medium. They can ask you one more question on which factors electric field depends. So electric field depends on three factors. Number one, magnitude of source charge. Number two, yes, it is inversely proportional to square of the distance. And number three, it depends on medium. Okay, so this is regarding electric field due to a point charge. You can note it down. Just note it down, all these things. Okay. This is the graph for electric field due to point charge versus R. Okay. Now see, we have formula. Electric field due to point charge is kq upon r square. That means E is proportional to 1 upon r square. As it is, so as r increases, electric field decreases. E proportional to 1 upon r square. Okay. And E कब 0 होगा? When r becomes infinity, E will be 0, which shows that electric field due to point charge is कहाँ तक फैला हुआ है? It is up to infinity. At very large distance, up at infinity, this electric field becomes 0. So keep in mind that this should not touch this axis. Keep it clear? So electric field due to point charge versus R. They can ask you this graph as one mark question, or it is also useful for MCQs. Clear? Now there is turn for electric field due to system of charges. अब तक हमने जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लिया वो एक चार्ज की वजह से था. नाउ इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी दैट ऑलवेज वी हैव वन चार्ज. कई बार बहुत सारे मेजोरिटी टाइम बहुत सारे चार्जेस होते हैं. ओके, सो व्हेन मोर देन वन चार्जेस आर प्रेजेंट, हाउ कैन वी फाइंड द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड? ओके, सो हियर आई एम कंसीडरिंग अ सिस्टम ऑफ फोर चार्जेस Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4, and I want to find electric field at point P. यहाँ पर मुझे नेट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फाइंड करना है. ओके, यहाँ कौन कौन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लगाएगा? 1 2 3 4 चारों चार्ज इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लगाएंगे. ओके, सो what we have to do? Similarly, similar to force. That means we have to use principle of superposition. So for that I want distance. Distance between Q1 and P is R1P. Between 2 and P is R2P. Here this is R3P and R4P. Okay. So first of all, I will find electric field due to first charge. So I will mention it as E1, electric field due to first charge. So I will say it is E1. What is the formula? Once again, Q1 is the point charge. Electric field due to point charge is KQ by R square. So Q means source charge. किस चार्ज की बात कर रहे हैं हम? कौन सा चार्ज? Q1. So Q1 upon distance between the charge and the point under consideration. This distance is R1P. So it will be R1P square. Okay, ये तो होगा मैग्नीट्यूड. अब देखनी है डायरेक्शन. से दिस इज पॉजिटिव. सो वंस अगेन, डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड अवे फ्रॉम पॉजिटिव towards the negative. So my Q1 is positive. So electric field due to Q1 is away from this charge. So it will be in this direction. So this is the direction of unit vector R1P. So I will mention this direction as R1P cap. Okay. So this is the electric field due to first charge. Similarly, electric field due to second charge E2 K Q2 upon distance between Q2 and point P is R2P. So R2P square. Okay, what is the direction? Once again, Q2 is a positive charge. Electric field due to positive charge away from the charge. So this will be direction of E2. So to mention the direction, R2P cap. Vector E3 K Q3 upon R3P square. Unit vector R3P cap. This is Q3, positive charge away from positive. So this will be direction of E3, and this is Q4. Its direction will be E4. So E4 equal to K Q4 R4P square R4P unit vector. So in this way I have all these four. Okay, now I have to use principle of superposition. Principle of superposition says that when more than one electric fields are present, net electric field is the vector summation of individual electric fields. Very easy, right? Once again, when there are more than one electric field, net electric field is the vector summation of individual electric field. That means electric field at point P equal to, how many electric fields are there? 4. So I have to take summation of all these 4, vector summation. So vector E1 plus vector E2 plus vector E3 plus vector E2. Put the values. So this is KQ1 upon R1P square, unit vector R1P. Similarly, this is K Q4 upon R4P square into unit vector R4P cap. So I can take K common, then I can do the summation, or simply I can write it as summation if there are n charges. Here I have taken 4, so I will take I equal to 1 to 4 K Qi upon RIP square into unit vector RIP. This is the case for 4 charges. If instead of 4 charges, if we have n charges, then I equal to 1 to n. जितने भी charges है उतने number यहाँ पर मिलेंगे. Okay. So in this way, using the principle of superposition, we can find the electric field due to system of charges. Just keep in mind, system of charges means we don't have one charge but we have more than one charges. That is known as system of charges. Got it? Okay, very good. Now, on the basis of this electric fields principle, rather concept, we have to solve textual numericals first and then we can proceed for the extra numericals. Now let us start illustration number 1.8. The question says an electron falls through a distance of 1.5 centimeter in a uniform electric field of magnitude 2 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per Coulomb as shown in figure A. This is your figure A. The direction of the field is reversed, keeping its magnitude unchanged, and a proton falls through the same distance. Compute the time of fall in each case. Contrast the situation with that of the free fall under the gravity. Okay. Let us try to understand. See, this is here. We have negative charge. Here we have positive charge. Direction of electric field away from positive towards the negative. So this will be direction of electric field. This is direction of E, in which an electron has to fall. Here is my electron. It has to fall freely. Now keep in mind that negative charge experience the force in direction opposite to electric field. We have to discuss definition that direction of electric field is the direction in which positive charge experience the force. So in opposite way we can say that positive charge experience the force in direction of electric field while negative charge experience the force in direction opposite to electric field. So electric field is in upward direction, so my electron will experience force in downward direction. Okay, second case they have given here, polarity has been reversed. That means direction of electric has been reversed. This plate becomes positive. Now this is my negative plate. So direction of electric field away from positive towards negative. So in this case electric field is in downward direction. Okay. Now here a proton has to fall. Okay. Proton is having positive charge. So it will experience the force in direction of electric field. So here I have proton, its charge is plus E. It has to move in this direction or it will experience the force in direction of electric field. Okay. This distance that they have to travel is 1.5 centimeter. So this distance, both the case, 1.5 centimeter. Strength of electric field is given, mass of electron, mass of proton is given. Okay. How much time is taken by electron and how much time is taken by proton, that we want to calculate. Okay. And we have to compare this thing with the free fall under the effect of gravity. Okay. First of all, we will find the time taken by electron and time taken by proton under the effect of electric field, and then we will compare it. Okay. So first of all, you think we want to find time. What should we do? Okay. So first thing, to find time, we will use equation of motion. Equation of motion says that d, or in our case it is h, equal to v0t plus half at square. Okay. Now here we have to consider free fall. That means initial velocity is 0. So I can say that here v0 equal to 0. So now I will get h equal to half at square. So from this, can I get time? So I can say that t square will be equal to 2h by a and t equal to root of this. So t equal to 2h by a. So here I have value of h but I don't have value of a. What a? A means acceleration. So I have to find acceleration of this particle. Okay. For finding acceleration, what can I do? Just try to think. How can I find acceleration? We can use Newton's law. Newton's law says that F equal to mass into acceleration. Okay. So if here mass is given, so if I know F, I can calculate acceleration. Okay. So now here F is the force experienced by these particles. Okay. Which force they are experiencing? They are experiencing the force due to electric field. Okay. So I can say that, but force is equals to Q into E. Right? Okay. So F, in place of F, I will write Q into electric field, which is equals to mass into acceleration. Because what is formula for E? E is equals to F by Q. We have just discussed earlier. So QE is equals to MA, that because E is equals to F by Q. So F is equals to Q into E. Okay. Now here, what is the charge of my particle? In one case it is minus E, in another case it is plus E. So I have to consider only magnitude. So E into E is equals to mass into A. That means acceleration is equal to E by m. If I use this value in this equation number 1, this is my equation number 1. So I can say that using this value or of A in equation number 1, I will get T equal to 2h upon, instead of A, I will write E by m. So E by m. So this is general formula for finding the time. Okay. So if I want to use this formula for electron, I will write Te is equal to 2h. In place of m, I will write mass of electron, and in case of proton, I will write mass of proton. So simply by putting the values in this equation, I can get value of time. So I can say that using equation 2 for electron, I can write Te is equals to 2h mass of electron into E. So now I have to put the values. 2 h is given as 1.5 into 10 to power minus 2, mass of electron 9.11 into 10 to power minus 31 whole divided by E. E means charge of electron or proton, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and E is given as 2 into 10 to power 4 and square root of all these things. This gives me Te equal to, after calculating, I can get it is 2.92 into 10 raised to minus 9 second. Okay. So just by putting the values in this equation, I can get value of this. Okay. Now what is left? I have to find value of time taken by proton. इलेक्ट्रॉन का काम हो गया, अब करना है प्रोटॉन के लिए. Okay. So just you note this first. Okay. Then we will calculate for proton. Now I can say using equation 2 for proton. Now I can write T or P equal to 2H. In place of M, I will write MP, that is mass of proton, E. That gives me 2 into 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 2. Mass of proton 1.67 into 10 to power minus 27. This is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, and this is 2 into 10 to power 4. By calculating, I can get it is 1.25 into 10 to power minus 7 second. This is TP. Okay. Now just notice this too. Time taken by electron is of the order of 10 to power minus 9 second. Here it is of the order of 10 raised to minus 7 second. That means electron takes less time to travel the same distance, while proton takes more time. Okay. Now compare this in case of free fall. You have studied in 11th standard that when the body is falling freely, the time taken by the body to travel a given distance does not depend on its mass. That means whether we have one हाथी और one चींटी, दोनों सेम डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल करने हैं, दोनों टाइम होगा सेम. Whether it is हाथी और चींटी, time will be same. Here in our case, proton is our हाथी, electron is our चींटी, because electron is lighter than proton. But दोनों का टाइम अलग रहेगा. ये चींटी है वो लेस टाइम में ट्रैवल कर लेगी, हाथी भाई को ज़्यादा टाइम लगेगा. Okay, so this is the contrast with compared to field of gravity. In field, when they are falling freely under the effect of gravity, they will take same time. But when they are falling under the effect of electric field, it depends on mass. If mass is more. Okay, now it is the time for last numerical of this session, that is illustration number 1.9. I am reading the question. 2-point charges Q1 and Q2 of magnitude plus 10 to power minus 8 coulomb and minus 10 to power minus 8 coulomb respectively are placed 0.1 meter apart. Calculate the electric fields at points A, B and C as shown in the figure. See, this is point 0.05 meter, 0.05 meter. That means it is 0.1 meter. This is also 0.1 meter, this is also 0.1 meter. That means this is an equilateral triangle. On the two vertex, we have two charges. At this point, charge is plus 10 to power minus 8 coulomb Q1, and at this point, Q2 is minus 10 to power minus 8 coulomb. See, magnitude of both the charges are same, only the polarities are different. One is positive, another is negative. Now, these two charges are producing electric field. We want to find electric field at this location, exactly at the midpoint. Okay, this is point number 1. Another point is point B, which is at a distance of 0.05 meter from charge Q1, and the third point is the point C. So, at these three different locations, I have to find the net electric field. So, what we will do? We will find the net electric field one by one. First, we will consider for point A. So, I will write here for point A. At point A, we will produce electric field, both the charges. Okay. When there are more than one electric field, how can we find net electric field? Due to vector summation. Okay. So, here, electric field at point A due to charge Q1. So, I will write EA1. Okay, electric field point A due to 1. Okay, what will be magnitude? KQ by R square. Okay, so KQ by R square, I am writing only magnitude. K is 9 into 10 raised to 9. Okay, what is Q here? So Q1. Magnitude is 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb. I have to consider only magnitude. R. What is R? R means distance of the point from the charge under consideration. Which point I am considering? A. Which charge I am considering? Q1. So distance between A and Q1 is 0.05 meter. So it is 0.05 and its square. This gives me, I am writing answer directly. It is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb. This is EA1. Okay, what will be its direction? Here it is point A, this charge is positive, direction of electric field away from positive, so away from this, so this is the direction of rather EA1. Okay, now I have to find EA2, electric field due to Q2. So it is K Q2 upon R square. So it is 9 into 10 raised to 9. Q2 I have to consider only magnitude, divide by distance of point from the source charge. In this case my source charge is Q2. So this distance is also 0.05 whole square. Answer remains same, 3.6 into 10 to power 4 Newton per coulomb. Okay, so I have to electric field. Okay, now I have to check for direction of EA2. Okay, here EA2 is the electric field due to charge Q2. Q2 is negative. So direction of electric field towards the negative charge. So this is the direction of EA2 also. So I can say that towards the negative charge. Okay, so EA1, all of you are clear regarding the direction. EA1 is the electric field due to Q1 charge, that is positive charge. As it is positive charge, direction is away from positive charge. Okay, so EA1 is towards right. EA2 is the electric field due to charge Q2. Q2 is negative. Electric field due to negative charge is towards the negative charge. So Q2 or negative charge is towards right side. So electric field is also right side. So EA1 and EA2 both are in the same direction. When two vectors in the same direction, net will be the simple summation. Okay, so I can say that here vector EA1 and vector EA2 both are towards right. Therefore, E2, or rather I should say EA, electric field EA is equal to EA1, vector EA1 plus vector EA2, which gives me, and hence I can say that magnitude of EA is equal to magnitude of EA1 plus magnitude of EA2. Once again, why I can calculate magnitude directly using this summation, because both are in the same direction. Okay. So it will be 3.6 plus 3.6 into 10 to power 4, that is 7.2 into 10 to power 4 Newton per coulomb. So we have obtained electric field due to both the charges at point A. Okay. So EA we have calculated. Now second we will go for E2, but before that you just note it down. Okay, now for point B. See, here is my point B. I want to find electric field at point B. Okay, so here both Q1 and Q2 will exert force. So for point B, EB1, electric field at point B due to 1. So it will be KQ1 upon R square. Okay, so here I am just writing r as the common notation. Okay, so 9 into 10 raised to 9 into charge q1 is 10 raised to minus 8. Now r means distance of point B from charge q1. In figure it is given as it is 0.05. So 0.05 square. So calculation will give me 3.6 into 10 to power 4 Newton per coulomb. Okay. Now EB2, that means electric field at point B due to charge Q2. So it will be KQ2 upon R square. Okay, put the value K, this is Q2. Now R. In this case, R will be distance of charge Q2 from point B. This total distance. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So it is 0.15 whole square. This is 0.4 into 10 to power 4 Newton per coulomb. Okay. So we have calculated magnitudes of EB1, EB2. Now let us check the direction. Okay. EB1, electric field due to Q1. I want electric field at this point. Okay. Now Q1 is positive. Electric field due to positive charge is, what is direction of electric field due to positive charge? Away from positive. So this is my positive, away from positive. That means towards left. Okay. So here I can say that this is the direction of EB1. So direction of EB1 is towards left. Here I can say towards left. Okay. Now this EB2, electric field at point B due to charge Q2. Okay. Q2 is negative. As it is negative, direction of electric field towards the negative charge. So negative charge is towards right side. So EB2 is towards right side. So I can say that this is direction of EB2. Right? Okay. So it is towards right. Here I can say it is towards right. Okay. Now see, we have at point B we have two electric field, but both are in mutually opposite direction. And when we have two vectors in mutually opposite direction, magnitude of the resultant vector equal to subtraction of two vector. Subtract करना है. कौन से कौन? So here greater magnitude वाले में से smaller magnitude को subtract करना है. So here I can say as both the vectors are in mutually opposite direction. Mutually opposite direction. I can say that magnitude of EB equal to, which is greater, this is 3.6 into 10 to power 4. This is 0.4 into 10 to power 4. That means this is greater. So I will say it is EB1 minus EB2. Remember that always greater minus smaller. So 3.6 minus 0.4 into 10 to power 4. That will give me 3.2 into 10 to power 4 Newton per coulomb. Okay. So magnitude मिल गया. अब इसकी डायरेक्शन EB की डायरेक्शन कौन सी होगी? सो जब हम दो वेक्टर सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं, रिजल्टेंट की डायरेक्शन इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द वेक्टर हैविंग ग्रेटर मैग्नीट्यूड. सो ग्रेटर कौन है? EB1 है. EB1 की कौन सी डायरेक्शन है? टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट. सो EB की डायरेक्शन भी टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट मिलेगी. ओके. सो आई कैन राइट हियर डायरेक्शन ऑफ वेक्टर EB is towards left. Okay. इसकी कौन सी आएगी? EA की both are towards right. So direction of EA will be towards right. Okay. So this is for point B. Now we have to find net electric field at point C. This is a lengthy numerical. They can ask you this as a 5 marks question. Okay. So first of all, you just note it down. Okay, now for point C. Okay, so here is my point C. electric field at C due to charge Q1, that is EC1 Q1 by R square. I have cut the value. Answer will be 9 into 10 raised to 3. Okay. What will be direction? Q1 is positive. Direction of electric field due to positive charge away from positive. So this will be the direction of EC1. Now EC2. Here is my negative charge. KQ2 upon R square. See, here R means, what is R? Distance of point C from charge Q2. It is 0.1. That's why it is 0.1 here. Similarly, for this one also it is 0.1. So 0.1 square. So magnitude of both the electric fields are same. Okay, now let us check the direction of EC2. It is negative charge, electric field due to negative charge towards the negative charge. So this is the direction of EC2. Okay, now you can see here EC1 and EC2, they are neither parallel nor anti-parallel. So we cannot directly add them or subtract them to find the resultant field. Then what should we do? When we have two vectors at the separation of angle theta, how can we find resultant? Magnitude of resultant equal to under root a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. You know this formula. Okay. So I must have angle between these two. So I want this one, this angle. This is my theta. What should it be? See, this is an equilateral triangle. As it is equilateral triangle, this angle is 60 degree. Now you can see the whole is 180. 180 minus 60. So this theta comes out to be 120 degree, right? Okay. So angle between EC1 and EC2 is 120 degree. Now I have to find EC. So I can say that now vector EC, magnitude of EC equal to under root EC1 square plus EC2 square plus 2 times EC1 EC2 cos 120 degree. Okay. Now you know what is the value of cos 120? Cos 120 is minus 1 by 2. Okay. So here you can write in bracket cos 120 degree equal to minus 1 by 2. So EC equal to under root EC1 square plus EC2 square plus 2 EC1 EC2 minus 1 by 2. Okay. So this 2 gets cancelled. Now I have to put the values. Okay. What is EC1? EC1 is 9 into 10 raised to 3 plus 9 into 10 to power 3 plus 9 into 10 to power 3 into 9 into 10 to power 3. This gives me answer as 9 into 10 to power 3 Newton per Coulomb. This is your EC. Okay. Electric field at point C. Magnitude मिल गया. Now direction. This is EC1, this is EC2 having same magnitude. Okay. So using law of parallelogram, complete the parallelogram and diagonal from the common point. This is the direction of, this is my vector EC. So it is towards right. So I can say that direction of vector EC is towards right. Okay. So in this way we have solved illustration number 1.9. You can review the whole numerical by your own, and if you have still any doubt you just ask me without any hesitation. Okay. So ये तो हमारी थियरी पोर्शन की बात हो गई. अब सी मैंने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे 13 क्वेश्चंस रखे, राइट? ओके. उनमें से आप लोग को ट्राई करना है कि सभी ट्राई टू सॉल्व. But if you have any problem with help of in that numerical, you have to ask me. अगर ज़रूरत होगी तो मैं एक वीडियो उसके ऊपर भी बना दूँगी, but you have to tell me. Okay? Bye bye.